Good morning. It's Monday, December 11th. Welcome back. Hope you had a nice weekend. Quick look at the macro. Things are down slightly this morning. TLT down 0.6%. But really, the story is CPI tomorrow. That's what you got to be careful of. Let's just double check that here. You can go to the calendar and economic data this week. This is what we want to look at. And there it is. CPI tomorrow morning, 8:30 a.m. That's going to move markets. We've come up a very, very long way here in the last 6 weeks in most of the indices. So I think caution is warranted. Raising some cash may be warranted going into CPI tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. And then I believe there's PPI Wednesday morning as well, which I think will probably get the move on Tuesday. But, you never know. You could have a surprise Wednesday that's not reflected in Tuesday's numbers. And we have Oracle earnings after the close today. So let's head on over. Actually, it's 9 a.m. I just want to see if I have a bunch of things to look at here. This is not yet in the order at all of our top focus picks. But what I want to do is quickly move over to our app and just see if I'm missing any news, because I have not looked at the news feed in at least a half hour. And we have been getting actually some better feeds out of our own app than Webull. So let's just take a quick look here. Let's move back to about 8:30, see if there's anything else we need to put in. Actually, let's go a little further back. There's some things here I didn't catch earlier. All right. Wow, a lot of stuff, actually. Let's go back. We got to go back to 8 a.m. over here. There's stuff that's not captured. Okay. Talkspace and Evernow launched strategic partnership to enhance access to high-quality mental health and menopause. Let's read this. Let's see what this is about. I own Talk long-term. They're supposed to flip to profitability here in Q1. Today, Evernow, leading digital care platform for every woman in perimenopause, menopause and beyond, and Talkspace, a leading online behavioral health company, announced a strategic partnership to support their respective growing member base of 40-plus women. Let's see. Let's scroll down. Strategic partnership. Talk to me about timing. Talk to me about money. Let's see. Talkspace providers will now have resources and reference materials provided by Evernow, expanding their toolkit and allowing them to better navigate with Talkspace members. Okay, until mental health is not part of the singular companies will. Okay. Considering the fact that Talk is on the cusp of profitability, I want to take a new look at this. Okay. So let's move Talk over to the top of the list so we can take a look at it during our show. A few other things we got to go through here. All right. Then XWell, forget about XWell. TPCS provides select unaudited. All right, we'll leave that for Mark Gomes. Financial information for Valtau Precision Technologies. Valtau Precision Technologies. Okay. All right, so we'll leave that for the crew that's experts on TPCS. Allison Abraham retires. Hardcore implements a new function to enhance its market-leading CMS platform. Don't really care about their CMS platform. I care about the Japanese IPOs. Let's see what else we got. Risk on and out through other stocks. Uber Eats announces delivery partnership with Torchy's Tacos. Uber has been on a tear. PavMD provides additionally for upcoming stock dividends to shareholders. Penn Entertainment announces groundbreaking ceremony for second hotel tower. Uber Eats announces delivery partnership. Okay, we're good. So now let's head over to our list. We added Talk to look at. Again, in no particular order for now. I have an idea what's going to be at the top, but a few of these were late entries, right? Talk SC and ANX in particular. So let's just take a look at this Talk. It's been on a tear. Wow, look at that. 238. Let's take a look. Let's move into the weeklies. We are in the weekly. So what is the resistance here? We're well above it, 192, 194. So we're into this kind of gap. Let's not really, I wonder if on daily that's a gap. 240. The next level up here is at 340. Wow. Let me look at the daily on this. Okay. Yeah, it's not really a gap but it was one big red candle. And we're in this area. Wow. 340 could be the next swing target on Talk, especially if they flip to profitability. I wouldn't act on today's news necessarily, not for like day trade, okay? But if you haven't been in this yet, if you're not in it, if you're underweight, might be something to look at because, again, that flip to profitability seems to be on schedule. And they've had some other news, actually. I think one of them was some AI news the other week. Let me see where it was, if I can find it real quick or not. Maybe it's not here. I don't know. Maybe it's in our story trading app. But okay. So Talk drew our attention to that. That's cool. All right. 340 swing target, especially and probably only if they flip to profitability here in their next earnings report or guide for it in the subsequent earnings. SE brought to our attention by Dare Dev in our VIP chat app this morning. I don't know SE at all, really. I've never traded it, really never looked at it. It's a $23 billion, I believe, e-commerce company. All right. Operates through three segments here: digital entertainment, e-commerce, and digital financial services. All right. It's something out in Asia. And then this morning, it's down big. It's down 11% because TikTok wants to enter e-commerce. And in fact, TikTok looks like a $1.5 billion investment. I think, I'm not sure if this is all from, I don't even know who Tokopedia is, okay? But some of this money is not only Tokopedia's. It looks like TikTok's also putting money into it. So here it is. See, TikTok, 840 million. All right. And I guess the rest is coming from this Tokopedia. But look, I don't know anything about this stock. Daredev, let us know about it. All I can say is two things. TikTok is huge. Imagine if it was like positive news for SE, right? Imagine if it's like TikTok partners with SE, all right, to go into e-commerce or to accelerate e-commerce, something like that. And imagine if the stock was up 11% in pre-market. You know what? I'd be looking at that as maybe buy some in pre-market in a starter position and then like buy the dips because TikTok is huge. TikTok is the future generation. All those kids are on TikTok and you want to leverage that social media platform to go into e-commerce. That could be a threat to any e-commerce company in the area, at least a perceived threat for the day in terms of sentiment. So, I'm not sure that this is news I want to say, oh, let me buy the dip on. But any case, look at these levels. 35.59, your proximal low. The stock's right now at 35.61. There's no coincidence. It's trying to hold that level. There's also some lower support at 35.06 and 34.87. Okay, so 34.87 through 35.59 is your support range. If you dare to trade this, if you dare to buy the dip, if you know SE really well, if you know the fundamentals, if you know the product landscape out in the Asia Pacific region, Indonesia, okay, if you're familiar with all that and you think this is not a real threat to SE, all right, then this is the area you want to buy, 34.87 through 35.59, okay? and then you may end up being right longer term. But I just don't know this area at all to be able to predict that. I just from a common man perspective, looking back, I'm like, TikTok, that's huge. That's kind of scary, So I don't blame the stock for being down 11%. And again, if the flip were true, right, I'd kind of think this stock can be up 20% today, not just up 10%. So does that mean the stock could be down 20% today? Maybe. Watch at 34.87. I would not want to be below 34.87 on this. So I couldn't tell you what this is going to do today. I could just tell you there is a potential opportunity to buy it in the support range for a bounce, but there's also the potential if you break below 34.87, look out below sharply. Okay. So yeah. All right. All right, so I'm not going to make this a top 5 or anything. I don't know about it. Just wanted to give it some time since Daredev in our chat room let us know about it. Interesting on ANEX. Remember we used to interview Dan Carlson on this breast cancer vaccine stock. It's been on a tear. They had some data out a few weeks ago, but it's like very early phase 1 data or whatever. I kind of attribute this to market conditions. Risk is on any kind of positive data. If this was a year ago, like I don't think you would have gotten this move from 275 to 450 or whatever. But just want to let you know, for those of you folks who want to have a long-term lottery ticket in ANEX and the breast cancer vaccine, they did have some positive phase 1 data that you can see here last week. So you can take a look at that. Not going to be a top pick today. Okay. Bitcoin, so this is disappointing because there are 2 ideas I gave you Friday into the close for swings. One was Air, which still looks great still in pre-market. And the other was Bitcoin. And Bitcoin, because it broke resistance levels Friday afternoon into the close. It was a crazy move. Now, so last night at 8:30 p.m., we have this little flash crash to 40,000. It's recovered about half its losses, but we're still over the 20 DMA. 20 DMA here is 40,167 roughly. So I know it's painful. Nice big drop. But as long as we stay over the 20 DMA and give it some room too, look at this. You see these wicks down here. Last time it interacted with the 20 DMA, it didn't perfectly bounce off of it. But if you get to a situation where you're below the 20 DMA appreciably, or it goes below it, but then it becomes resistance, right? Then you want to look out below to the next level, 50 day moving average at 37,500. All right. So Bitcoin didn't work out this weekend as I thought it would. But Air, okay, so actually let's switch to Air. Now I'm going to throw Air at the top. Air looking beautiful. Pre-market here, 1,000 share bid at 2604. Very nice, 13,000 pre-market volume. The key level here, we're above it. So last week it was, 2594. So 2594 is the key level. We're above that right now. Still looking for 28 to, I would say even 30 if you get past that gap. 28 to 30 on Air. But I would say more on the 28 side, unless you see onsemi break the 50 DMA. So onsemi very close to that 50 DMA. If you see onsemi break the 50 DMA, then we're going to be upgrading our target on Air to $30. But as long as onsemi is below the 50 DMA, all right, $28 is our target on Air. To really see that happen, I'd like to see a catalyst. I'd like to see a contract win, and we don't have it yet. So definitely underperforming. A little bit surprised at the underperformance. A little bit of a yellow flag that it's been underperforming on. So just manage your risk, manage your size. It's good to remind yourself of what the risks are, because that can help you manage your allocation. Sometimes if you only think about the positive things, you might break your rules and be an overweight. So it's always good to think like a bear, and that'll help you keep you in check. Okay. It's definitely a yellow flag. I don't want to say a red flag, but this thing is moving tick for tick down with onsemi, but it didn't rebound with it. All right. But still, the thesis is in play. Just watch your size. Okay. So $28 price target on Air. It's above that key support level, key resistance level. If we get a catalyst, boom, jump on that, man. If they win any sort of contract, I don't care which contract it is, any contract, this thing goes right to $28. All right. That's Air. Okay. ARGT. Going to throw this up top. Now we're getting into what I think could be doing well for today. So Air, ARGT, Argentina. All right, let's pull up our Argentina list. You can see here in pre-market, getting a little bit of a pop. Not much yet. This could be an opportunity here. Okay, now my read might be wrong, but here's a thesis. Let's move on to, we're going to go to our X app here because we posted something on this. Here it is. All right. Remarkable, Fernando says. This is last night. In his first act, newly sworn president of Argentina, Javier Milei, signs an executive order reducing the Argentine government from 21 departments to 9, a major reduction of bureaucracy and overhead. Impressive. So this is my take on this. I don't know what the expectations on the street were. That would he cut 21 to 9? Was that already widely reported and everyone expected it? Okay. Or is this a surprise? Either way, I'm still treating this as a surprise. Why? Because even if he put that message out there that he's going to cut 21 to 9, to put that message out there versus doing something that dramatic are two totally different things, and in my mind cannot be priced in. All right. So what's the point of this? Deregulation, lower taxes. So I could be wrong on this analysis, but this is what I do best, right? What I do best is taking a look at the news and kind of predicting a few hours ahead of time what the psychology of the rest of the market. That's my bread and butter. I might be wrong, but I'm thinking this is not priced in. People are going to look at that and say, wow, 21 to 9, that's huge. Whatever. Remember, we believe in efficient markets. So whatever the price of these Argentinian assets were on Friday, they deserve a boost today because of this news that happened on Sunday. That's the thesis. And that's why I'm going to have Argentina stocks within the top 5. You can just go ahead with the ETF. We'll just put that ETF in the top 5, ARGT. But then, other high quality ones here, MELI, YPF, the really undervalued oil company. Those are the top 3 that we like for the Argentina stock. So ARGT, MELI, YPF. We'll just throw ARGT there in the top 5, and we'll find out if I'm right later. All right. So what else? Spotify. I got to get to CRISPR and Blue because we're heavy in this on Friday. But let me just let you know about Spotify. I think it was Rosenblatt. Yes, Rosenblatt doubles their price target from 150 to 300. You do not see that very often. All right. Now, this is not JP Morgan or Goldman Sachs, but still, doubling of the price target can grab some attention and be a catalyst that can give you an open green candle for the day. And that's what we look for, open green candles, right? The close being higher than the 9:30 a.m. open. So in any case, let's take a look at the technicals here. Anyway, you can take a look at that. Last week, they announced some restructuring. They announced some, I think, 17% reduction in workforce. And in the note there that you can find up in the newsfeed, Rosenblatt is basically saying, hey, this could be a bad thing or a good thing. It could be a bad thing because maybe they're cutting costs because they're expecting revenue to decline, therefore a bad thing. Or maybe they're cutting costs and also switching their CFO around in order to cut costs and improve margins, which improves their profitability. Rosenblatt thinks it's the latter one, which is why they're doubling their price target from 150 to 300. You see this big gap. So this is going to be your support, right? 192 or so, but we're already up at 200. So 202.88, that's a big level. If you break 202.88, wow, we're above the 200 weekly moving average even. Pretty bullish there. So 202.88, you got to go all the way back here to find what's in this area. 202.88, then 209. All right, 202.88, yep. 202.88, then 209. All right, so Spotify, I think, is in play today. 202.88. 209 on that Rosenblatt upgrade. So let's move Spotify closer to the top. I think I'm going to probably make Argentina number 1. Air Spotify. Okay. Now, what else we got? CRISPR and Blue. All right. So this didn't quite work out. The re-entries didn't work out the way we want. Actually, it did kind of work out. The problem is I can't really day trade right now. I have to swing. So CRISPR, we kind of nailed this. To sell the FDA, I should have bought puts in the morning. We're like so confident that we drop after the FDA approval. All right. If you're, was it in the chat room? In the chat room, we caught like call options that doubled on Friday afternoon. I was kind of expecting this thing this morning to be trading above where it closed on Friday. Now, part of my disappointment in this is that Blue was approved on the same day. I had expected about a 2-week window where CRISPR would suck all the oxygen out of the air in terms of media coverage, but the FDA jumped ahead and they approved CRISPR and Blue on the same day. So I think that's the reason why so far the thesis is not working out for the rebound, right? I expected the sell-off, but I also expected retail to be coming in this morning after a flood of media coverage, which got now diluted by Bluebird. So it's now 2 therapies approved in the same weekend, not just the first one ever in the United States. So in any case, you still got upgrades over the weekend on both of these. All right. CRISPR, though, the upgrades are more like $68, $70 price targets, things like that. Here's one, Barclays raised from 56 to 61. I think they're the lowest price target, but there's a bunch of increases because this has been de-risked. Blue, however, has targets much higher, $5, $8, $10. All right. They also got all kinds of upgrades over the weekend on Blue. So just taking a look at Blue, there's some levels here I wanted to point out. Let's go to the daily. Wow, look at that candle. That's freaking crazy. One of the reasons also dropping is because they have a black box warning. A black box warning that a side effect of this cure for sickle cell anemia is cancer. Crazy. All right. So that's maybe from a sentiment perspective, maybe that's the main reason it's down so much. Okay. But in any case, take a look at this 234, your pre market highs, a resistance level. I'm sorry, 334. So 334 and then 350 are 2 next resistance levels. If you happen to get past that gap, then you got a lot more room into the high threes. All right. So these are going to be very volatile today, probably day tradable. Blue and crisp. I don't know, man. I tend to think that we're not going to have like another crash today that will just be volatile, and it could be good trading opportunities. Although CRISPR, you got to be careful because it's below the 20 DMA. 20 DMA at 65.94, so I'm not happy to see that. The next support level is 60.92, roughly. Low of the day there, 60.80. High of the day here, 60.41. So 60.80. Let me just check this previous high, 58. So 60.80 roughly is your next support right there. You can see it pretty clearly. And then your resistance is going to be that 20 DMA at 65.94. So, all right, we played CRISPR like a fiddle until right now. All right, this re-entry didn't work out great for me. Although Friday I just couldn't sell because I wasn't day trading. I had to swing. Those call options I bought was up 100% of them, 100% on them on Friday. All right. Anyway, that's the story with CRISPR and Blue. Going to be very volatile. Going to be very risky. Might be a day trader's dream though today. All right. We're also keeping an eye. It's 9:21. We're going to be keeping an eye on Carvana, Uber, Teladoc. Where's my other one? Teladoc. Hold on, I got to change something around here. It was Teladoc, PayPal, Carvana. All right, these are the 3 that we've been watching for breakouts recently. And Costco's been freaking on fire. Let's just bring that up. Where's Lily? Okay, Lily. And I know Uber's been on fire. I just have not been on the top of it. Okay. All right. So where are we here? Okay. Carvana, Teladoc, PayPal. So I'll be watching Carvana, Teladoc, PayPal closely. Look at this. Carvana. Look at that weekly. Over the 20-week moving average. Isn't that beautiful? All right. Like Carvana, I think, has a chance for the mid-50s in a swing time period. Even the daily was beautiful Friday. Look at this. Also, 2050 bullish cross on Carvana. 42.12 key level. Wow. If this breaks 42.12, this probably spiked to like 45 or something pretty quickly. Yeah. Wow. Carvana has got to be a high watch over here. All right. I'm not saying you can buy it right now and it work out today, but I have a small swing position. I'm going to move this closer to the top so we can monitor that because that chart looks extraordinary. All right. That's Carvana. Then Teladoc and PayPal been not the breakouts I wanted. I mean, look, they're still doing good. Look at this bullish cross forming also on Teladoc. Man, these charts trying to signal to you that this is not over. The party on risk assets. It's a little scary with CPI tomorrow, but look at that 2050 bullish crosses all over the place. Okay, so Teladoc still looking good, but it's been slower than I've wanted. I've been looking for a big pop, so we're going to continue monitoring that. I guess what was the high last week? It was 1963, 1965, and then we got 1977 over here. Man, this one's a slow mover. All right, and then you get into that gap. This is what I've been looking for. I've been looking for that gap. You see it right there. To go to 20 to 2048. And I believe I gave guys a higher target. Yeah, all the way up here at 23. You might need a catalyst for that, though. to get over to 23. All right, and then PayPal, similar chart. Teladoc looks a little nicer, to tell you the truth. PayPal, similar chart. I don't know if Bitcoin being down, it might slow it down a little bit. What's the okay? We're still well above the 20 DMA on Bitcoin. All right, we're gonna leave it here. Let's try to reorder this now. Just want to check something. Okay. All right. So I think Argentina is the most interesting one because that's a very strong catalyst, and the Argentina stocks have not really reacted yet. Pre-market, you see those pre-market move. Well, this is probably not a real move. Yeah, it's not. Okay. So basically flat, right? You can call the Argentina stocks flat this morning. So that's my favorite pick of the day, to tell you the truth, because we're flat, hasn't reacted yet, and I'd like to think my analysis of what will the common man think on a headline and how will that psychology be, percolate through the markets in terms of supply and demand. I'd like to think that's what I excel at. So let's see, ARGT, that's going to be the top pick. All right. And then what are we going to put after ARGT, man? I think we got to put Spotify up here. Air, just because there's no 2560, 2579. It's actually back below that key level. So Air is going to be in the top 5, but we don't have a catalyst, right? We don't have a catalyst, and Argentina and Spotify we do, so they're going to go ahead of Air. Also, Air is like, man, I thought it was, what was the high last? What was the level again? 2602, 2594. Is this 12.8? Oh, it's actually 2602 now. New resistance. I'm sorry. It's not 2594. It's 2602. So we're below that level without a catalyst. So we're going to watch that closely in case it breaks above that level. But no catalyst this morning. So ARGT, Spotify goes ahead of it. SE. Oh, yeah. We're not. Wow. SE. We're not going to cover that today. We did the chart for Daredev, bouncing off of those key support levels we gave you. So I think it's going to be a whole lot of watching different stuff, okay, rather than like, hey, this is going up today, right? So the only thing really looks like I'm have some conviction in is the Argentina stocks, maybe Spotify. Did we look at the levels on Spotify? We did. Okay. All right. All right. So Argentina stocks, Spotify, we're up at 927. And then we're just going to be watching this other stuff. Carvana, Air, CRISPR Blue, like I said, going to be very volatile, probably good to trade intraday if you're good at that. Enjoy that if you're good at that. Very challenging to do. And we're just going to watch these other ones. Teladoc, PayPal. We didn't get a chance to go on the Lilly chart or the Costco chart. All right. So Argentina, Spotify, and then we're watching all the rest of this stuff. It's 927. So I'll stick around for a bit, but I'm going to go on mute or whatever. I got to take care of some stuff at the open myself. So I'll take care of that. I'll be on and we'll evaluate price action until things kind of set a direction for us. I'll see you soon. And I'm going to look at ARGT call options potentially. That's one of the things I'm looking at right now. Um, options on ARGT are not great. They're not that liquid, and they're monthlies. YPF might be more interesting. All right. Anyway, here we go. Is my volume on? Yeah. Okay. Spotify up 0.9. Let's move to percentages now. Wow, CRISPR taking a beating. Where's the support line on that? 60, ready? 60, 80. 60, 80, right there at a support level on CRISPR. 60, 80. And then above that, 60, 41. Wow, 60, 41 to 60, 80. Give it a little bit of room. That might be a support level right here. I would. It's tough though, but yeah, I like the risk reward right here on CRISPR off the open. What's with the dollars? Yeah, look, that worked out. Let's hope that holds now. 60, 41 to 60, 80. 60, 41 to 60, 80. PayPal, Lilly, and Costco. Oh my gosh, Costco is just exploding to new all-time highs. That's crazy. Earnings expected later this week, December 14th. Wow. Uh-oh. CRISPR broke below that. So the next level is the top of this called 58.81. That's back to that key 60. Very volatile. So 58.81 through about 60.80. That's your support range. 58.81 through 60.80. And wow, Costco, crazy on Costco. Argentina hasn't moved yet. So I think I might try to get some soon. Carvana Air. Check the other Argentina stocks. Melli is up 0.676%. That's interesting. That's the only one with a positive reaction so far. Still would not be surprised to see all of these turn around today and be green. Wow, Costco, insane. Air 2472 support, 20 DMA. Potential entry there. CRISPR is getting to that area, 58.81. 58.81. $58.81. It hit it. 58.81. And come on, man. Below this, I don't want to get below this. Really don't want to get below this because then you have to start thinking about the 50 and 200-day moving averages. 50 and 200-day moving averages at $53. As far as a swing, I can't. Can this go to 53 today? I mean, that would be insane. So it's another area of support here, 56.86, but not happy with this action, obviously. 58.81. Let's see if we can reclaim that. Argentina, Spotify, Carvana Air, CRISPR Blue. What's Argentina doing? Wow. Melly keeps going up, bucking the trend. The only Argentina stock that's up. All right. This is going to be maybe a crazy call, but $58. I'm going to move CRISPR up on the list for now. Let's move to number 3 for a second. Tempting to catch the low here on CRISPR and call that as our pick of the day here off of 58. It's now 59.64. Blue's bouncing back, trying to turn green. It's a good sign for CRISPR as well. Wow, 273 to 286. Carvana turning green. Hey, Daredevil, that was a good idea in pre-market. Bounced right off the support levels. 35.56 to 36.83. So congrats on that if he bought at that support level. Costco is ridiculous. I don't know how to come up with a price target on this one after you're above your all-time highs. That's where you need Fibonacci's. Wow, forward PE is 40. Talk looks gorgeous. Or swing time frame, swing perspective. Okay. PayPal 60.46. That's where we got to get above on PayPal. 60.46. I'll keep a closer eye on PayPal. Argentina not working yet, except Melly, which keeps going up. Interesting. CEO flipping green. I would not be surprised to see all of these little by little flip green. Let's see if that prediction comes true. Carvana, all right, beautiful. Carvana 41.57, 42.12. That's a beautiful chart on Carvana, guys. Wow, it consolidated its gains, stayed above the gap, and now it's curling back up towards the highs. So Carvana, that's in the top 5. Okay, good. I think that's going to make it here. Better chart than PayPal. Move it above PayPal. Spotify, ARGT, not really moving yet. Okay. Whoa, Macy's is up 16%. I didn't see that. They must have had some news. Oh, buyout bid. $5.8 billion buyout bid from Macy's. Okay, cool. Did not see that. Look at that. NBC. Don't know what's going on these. Soxel's up 5%. Soxel's up 5%. Let's check NVIDIA and SMCI. SMCI is down 4%. Okay, let's check our semis. What's going on here? How Soxel up 5%? I don't understand. What? Oh, on semi up 1.5%. Guys, the 50 DMA on semi. Oh, look at this, guys. 77.21. You know what? Just based on this alone, I'm gonna move. Air. Make sure Air's in the top 5. Maybe make it. Let's see. It's 941. How is this even happening? I don't know. It's got to catch up. So, Air, and what was the story with Soxel again? 5%. It's 3 times, so it's like 1.5%. 1.5% up on the semis. Where is it getting 1.5% from? What? What am I missing? SOXX fund asset allocation. Oh, AMD. Is AMD surging again this morning towards our swing high, swing target? It's only up 0.5%. Why is it Broadcom? I don't even know the ticker symbol for Broadcom. Avgo, yeah. Oh, it's Avgo. That's why. Okay, it's all Avgo. 4.5. Wow, what happened with Avco? I don't even know. All right, don't know, and I'm not gonna get distracted with that right now. Okay. All right, our top pick's not really working out great today. It's 9:43. Okay, let's move on semi here. All right. Wow. Hmm. I gotta make Air. What's going on with Air? Just a little bit concerned with this yellow flag we've been talking about, but Soxel's up. All right. You know what? I know we have no catalyst on air, and I know there's a yellow flag here, but at some point, on has just got to drag air up, and this looks like a big breakout potentially for we're already undervalued in terms of the price action that it should have followed on air, and now on is breaking above the 50 DMA. I think got to put air up here in the top 5 with none of their other picks really working. Look at this. None of our other picks are really working. It's ready to 945. So I think as of now, air is up there number 1 for the rest of the day. 25.89, 25.97. Here we go. All right. So 26.11. All right. There we go. So air could be our winner of the day on this on breakout. $28 target. Okay, it's above Friday's high. Yes, yes, it is now. Beautiful. All right, and then what's the resistance here? 26.70. Here we go. Let's go. 26.24. Beautiful. 26.25. Air, man. All right, air is working out from Friday hold. So we're going to leave air up there. It's probably the number 1 pick without a catalyst just because of this breakout on, and it's over the key levels for air as well. So $28 target on that. 26.30. Let's go air. All right, what else? None of these other ones are working. Nothing else is working on our list. Nothing. Even like deep down on our list we go. I'm still scrolling. I got to keep on going all the way down to Costco. Nothing working in the top of our list this morning. Oh, oil into this gap, right? I forgot that's a swing trade where I have that. 67.47 is the target on oil. Forgot to cover that. So 67.47. We just move that up. So it's 9:47, and we've switched our list here by taking what was like number 5 or 4 on the list, and we made that number 1, air, and really kind of nothing else except I still like my idea on Argentina stocks. So we'll leave that up in the top 5. Argentina stocks, there's still only one of them, two of them that are green. Okay. So we got air, USO, Argentina hasn't worked yet, and none of these other ones have really worked. Let's see, I have to look at maybe cutting, reducing my position in CRISPR because now I worry about a swing move to $53 on CRISPR. This one doesn't seem to be working out. All right, let me see what I have left in CRISPR. Now, one thing to do potentially here is to sell a weekly call option on this. That may be something I'll do. Sell weekly covered calls on CRISPR. Check Argentina. No way, no. Seeing some rebounds developing, but nothing huge yet. The key level on was 77.23. Let me just see if there's any news on that. Okay. All right. Well, I think we're going to have to lock it in with air as the top pick for today at this point. It's just, I don't like it when there's no catalyst, but this move is too big here on semi to ignore. Yep. What was it? It was a top swing pick from Friday, so. Okay, so air jostled things around a little bit. Number one pick, now it's 950. We're closing in on our new list. We try to do after observing price action. So air number one pick and USO. Forgot to cover this, but this we've been talking about filling the gap there, so that's still in place. 67.40. All right, so I'm probably going to either reduce some CRISPR today or sell covered calls against my position because I do not like being this far below the 20 DMA and this far above the 5200. All right. So that re-entry didn't really work out. Blue is desperately trying to flip green. That might be good for the sentiment on CRISPR if that happens. I don't have a retail list. If I did, we could look at other sympathy moves with Macy's, like calls and stuff like that. But I don't have those right. I bet you they're up. Let's see. KSS, yeah, up 4%. All those retail ones now. People are going to be speculating about other buyout offers. I don't know that sector well. I don't even know the names are in there. Okay. 2619. So air looking good for the top pick of the day. And that might be it. All right. Let's see if the Argentina one works out, but so far it's not, unless you picked Melly, which was in our top three, to be fair. ARGT, Melly, and YPF, our top three favorite Argentina companies. But at this point, air might be all we got really that we could be more confident about the rest of the day. All right. So, not a cool day, especially with that CRISPR over the weekend. Don't like that. Going to find a way to reduce my position there. Sell covered calls on that. Air keeps going up. That's good. So I'll just go ahead and reevaluate my allocation sizes on everything. Let's see. Air. Okay. Not bad. Got some good position in air. And CRISPR. smaller position, but still too large. All right. I got to go. Let's see if I could do something here to get a little more air exposure on this breakout. So good luck, everyone. Sorry today didn't work out as good as I usually like it. But to be fair, air, one of our top 2 picks over the weekend, is now still our top pick for the rest of the day. Beautiful breakout on semi. Beautiful breakout, if you ask me, on air. This looks gorgeous. Heading to 28 plus. Just give us a catalyst. Make it easy for us. Give us a catalyst and we go straight to 28 to $30. All right, guys. With that, I'll continue chatting with you in the chat room, and we'll see you soon. Take care.